Why did I go from family physician to aesthetics physician? Hi, my name is Michael Cutler. I'm the physician owner of San Diego Integrative Medicine and Spa. I've been doing quite a few videos lately just showing techniques and reasons I do treatments for Botox, filler, PDO threads, mesotherapy, etc. But I thought today I'd like to share with you more about me so you know who I am and where I came from and how I got this amazing spa. So yeah, I want to tell you my story briefly. I was a family physician way back when. Yes, it's been 28 years almost since I left my residency training. And I remember back in those days, my daddy said, "Son, you should open one of those med spas where they inject Botox into people's faces." Probably it was maybe 15 years ago. And I laughed it off, said, "Dad, I'm too busy. I got my people in the hospital I gotta go visit. I got patients at the clinic," and I was even doing obstetrics at the time. Can you imagine? After a few years of that, I got burnt out. And it turned out that at some point down this road, I realized I just couldn't hang on to the same old daily visits with people who had so many complaints, and they wanted me to review all their meds, fill all their meds, get their labs, go over their lab reports, and I didn't see much of a change. I didn't see people really that happy. So at this point where I became newly married with my wife Julia, who her first career pursuit was to become an esthetician, and right after graduation here in San Diego, she said, "I'm going to become an expert in other things like microblading eyebrows, permanent tattooing of the eyelids and the lips and the brows, and also doing lash extensions." And she said, "Honey, we should do a med spa together." And I said, "Oh, that sounds scary." But I thought, with all my training in integrative medicine and family medicine, I probably could maybe do that. So I started the integrative medicine portion of San Diego Integrative Medicine and Spa, and she was the spa part, but I wasn't the med spa part yet. So 7 years ago, I started on this pursuit of training, and after many courses, taking them and then teaching them for Empire Medical, other courses that I would train in Botox and filler and PDO threads, mini lipo and fat transfer, I became feeling pretty comfortable about my skills. So at this point I decided, I just want to make this office a medical spa. So even though it's SDIM and spa, it's really just a medical spa, and we complement each other. She does amazing work, sends people my way, and I send them her way across the hall. So it's a great compliment to have us work together, even though she has her own separate business, Julia Cutler Aesthetics. But we work together, but what I do here is so much fun because I love to see the immediate results. Well, Botox isn't immediate. Yes, it takes 5 days to see the results, but patients keep coming back and they love the results. It makes them happy. I get them in the chair. I don't have to do this long, extensive charting. Deal with insurance companies, of course. They pay at the time of service, and they're happy. That's what makes this time here at the SDIM and Spa so enjoyable. Now, I will tell you more about my career, but it's pretty boring, but I'll tell you more about my aesthetics training career. It's been started off when I was first so scared to just inject a face with Botox, thinking, I could paralyze them. And then it became the next few months later, I was scared to put in filler because I thought, I could deform their face. And then when I started doing PDO threads, I thought, what am I going to create? What can I do here to hurt people? I just thought of all those things. Pretty soon, I became more and more comfortable. Pretty soon, I was doing fat transfer in the suite down the hall with local anesthesia, and I was placing it into the tear troughs, into the lower face, and I went to more and more trainings. And by the way, I found out that plastic surgeons, they have great training, amazing training, and some of them can get very good at what they're trained at, but their residencies don't train them in the things that I was training in as a family physician. So, going from a family physician, prescription writing, long drawn out conversation in the chair with patients, or rapid prescription writing for acute illnesses. And I also had 6 years of experience in a busy urgent care. Recently I've stopped that. But doing that and then learning these techniques to help people feel better and see themselves, looking in the mirror saying, I like it, I feel so much better. And it was fun going through these different training courses to where I could then do spot fat reduction and see results with that, the PDO threads, seeing results with that, both the smooth and the twisted and the barb, seeing the lift effect from PDO threads, polydioxanone, sculptor aesthetic to see the filling and collagen induction of that, the platelet-rich plasma facials would call like a vampire facial technique. That has a rejuvenating effect on the skin. Chemical peels, radiesse to the back of the hands and to the cheeks, filler to the face in so many areas that can make amazing changes immediately, and it's so fun to take before and after pictures. This is the kind of thing that made me excited about being in the medical spa arena, but it wasn't easy. It took a while to not only learn all the techniques, learn all the ways to find the products and get them here and get all the tools and pieces, that it's eventually, I saw this advertisement online. It said, learn to do liposuction in your office. I thought, well, why not? Why couldn't I do that? So then I went through courses in liposuction, got trained by the best in New Jersey. Now I even do liposuction in my office. 360 lipo, under 2-messin local anesthesia with nitrous sedation analgesia on top of it. We do a lot of fun things here, and I do them all myself. I am the injector and the owner of the clinic, and I just come to learn that, being in the medical world doesn't always have to be boring like prescription writing. Even though I can still do that, it's fun to be an aesthetics injector, aesthetics physician now, and do it alongside my beautiful wife, Julia. So why is it even important to have a med spa? Who cares about medical aesthetics, right? In a previous video, I mentioned that my parents both had facelifts in Mexico, mind you, because it was quite expensive then, right? Still is, but they had facelifts when they were younger than I am now. Now I've done some Botox, but that's about it. But there are ways to prevent the aging and the creasing and the sagging and all these things. We don't need facelifts necessarily if we start at a younger age and understand the principles of how skin ages and what to do to prevent the aging, and how to correct the sagging and the genetics that we've been handed down to look our best. Med spa is all about feeling and looking good. That's a major thing that we do in regular medicine too. We want them to feel good, and we want them to be doing things that will help them live a happy, healthy, long life, if living long means happiness, right? If you're a physician and you've been in medicine a lot of years and you're kind of getting tired of this and you're wondering, wow, how do I go to get into that field? It sounds scary. It just takes someone who is your mentor. For example, I've had several mentors. I've been to probably 40 different courses through the years at the tune of more than $40,000 worth, for sure. And these are day-long courses, all right, to learn all these things. So there's many things that we teach here and that are done in medical aesthetics to reverse the aging, to hold that collagen thickness and the pigmentation, to keep it nice and smooth and glowing and bright skin, preventing the face from aging. Those are as part of health as any medications to control blood pressure in my mind, because gosh, controlling blood pressure, that's one thing, but for smoking and doing all these other things that we know are important to reverse in medicine, but taking pills to prevent disease, how many pills, what does that add up to? You got to look at all the value of health, things that we do in medicine, and med spa, medical aesthetics that we do here is just as important. I think about the aesthetics and the happy, healthy lifestyle. That's where it's at. Well, so after 7 years of our med spa being open, it's time to open the doors more. We wanted to show you the procedures that I'm doing. My lovely wife, producer Julia, representing Julia Cutler Aesthetics. And we want to show you what we do that's so amazing that people love, why we're getting those 5-star reviews, right? We want to show the details of the procedures, maybe the procedures themselves, before and after results, share some of the techniques that are unique here. We really want you to learn along the way and be excited with us about the medical aesthetics changes we're doing for people. Please leave your questions, subscribe, follow us. We're excited to share.